Is it just me, or are all major American cities way more fucked up post-2020? I just came across a video on my YouTube feed titled, "Miami is now hell." And I haven't watched it, but topics like that are super interesting to me. Because we saw everybody flee California, flee Hollywood, go to Texas, go to Florida. Miami and Vegas are supposed to be the next biggest booming cities. That's where everybody's going. They don't want to pay the California tax. And now we're seeing videos like, this shit is absolute hell. It was all propped up by fake printed PPP money and loans and pandemic relief checks, and it's not real. The boom that you saw essentially is just artificial. So let's pull up this video and see what this guy's talking about, because he's on the streets of Miami explaining exactly why it's hell right now.
Donna, you see this construction project? This project just got foreclosed on. This is going to be home to another high-rise in Miami. You can even see the weeds growing out through the rock. This is now a common trend throughout the entire city. Builders, investors, speculators, and developers are giving the keys back to the lender. They've had enough, they can't hold on.
Home foreclosures in the U.S. are on the rise.
The nation is seeing a spike in foreclosures.
The rise of home foreclosures is placing a dark cloud over these top 5 states.
This is just a one block radius.
California's the highest, we're
project behind me?
surprised.
You see this crane? You see this other project right there? This looks abandoned, for sale. Across the street, for sale, but it's also under construction. Why would they sell the property if they weren't in financial hardship before construction is complete? Another one down the road, for sale. Another project, for lease, for lease. This is everywhere throughout the entire city. If you drive 95 and you pass Miami on the left, what you will see is the entire skyline littered with cranes. In 2023, 17,000 apartments finished construction inside of Miami.
Something is coming.
In 2024, there's 22,700 apartments that are still in the construction process, meaning 39,700 apartments just over the last 17, 18 months. That is significant. When you look at 2007, before the peak of the bubble, before the big crash, there were only 20,000 apartments under construction. You're talking 2 times that figure right now, just over the last 17, 18 months. Not taking into consideration the amount of inventory that was built on the back of very low interest rates in 2021 and 2022 that will soon have to be refinanced. What's very unique and interesting this time around is that in 2021 and 2020 and 2022, that period, you had 1,000 people a day moving to Miami, moving to Florida, wanted a piece of Florida. Everybody wanted to be here.
Florida is booming, attracting more new residents from across the country than any other state in America.
New reports show that almost 1,000 people are moving to Florida every day.
Now the population of Miami is declining, and so with it goes the demand for brand new construction apartments. Now investors and developers are dropping rents on average of $300 per month to attract a tenant. If you have an apartment building like this and you're building 200 apartments and you have...
How much does the average price for like a 2-bedroom condo go for in Miami? If you know, let me know. But damn, $300 doesn't sound like that much. I know Miami's expensive.
To drop your rent $300 across every single door in that entire build, is that a problem? The answer, yes, especially as taxes and insurance are going through the roof. Now, what's going to be very interesting and unique this time around is going to be how this entire shoe drops, how this domino continues to fall. Because what I believe is going to happen is I believe new investors and speculators are going to come in and buy up the distress, the Blackstones of the world, the really big prominent investment firms. And they're going to buy these deals at a much lower cost basis. Think about it. If they can go buy this deal at 50 cents or 60 cents on the dollar, they will. And the lender is going to have no choice but to sell it to the highest bidder. And so when they buy these deals, as these people go broke, they're going to be able to reduce rents, and they're going to be able to push more pressure and more pain to these builders. These other builders, think about it, if Blackstone owned this deal and they're renting the units for $2,000 or $2,200, and the builder over here needs to rent it for $3,000 a door to fill, what would happen? Blackstone would likely keep this at $2,000 a month, maybe $2,200 for a year or two to bleed
I don't know if you could live in Miami for $2,200 a month. Can you? Is that real?
out this guy. And then this person would bleed out and they'd be able to acquire that property. Then they can increase rents on both of them.
If you can live in Miami for $2,200 a month, I'm moving to Miami.
It's going to be the consolidation of land, real estate, and assets throughout the entire city of Miami. In this video, I'm going to give you a full tour of exactly what's going on to help you and position you for what I believe is going to be the greatest wealth transfer in American history. Please hit the like button. YouTube will share this content, educate more people about what's really going on in America's economy and housing market. A condominium owner inside of this complex called Williams Island, just north of Miami Beach, was just hit with a $224,000 assessment. On top of that, his HOA went from $1,500 a month to $3,000 a month.
A 79-year-old condo owner in Aventura is already on the hook for a $224,000 assessment fee, which he can't afford.
Where are we going to go? How are we going to get out of here?
NBC, MSN, every mainstream media outlet.
So essentially he's saying Miami is hell for real estate investors, not necessarily for the average person quality of life and whatnot.
Yahoo News covering this story. He is
not
going
everybody's a
broke,
real estate investor.
and it's not him alone. He's with a lot of other people inside of Florida, a lot of retirees, a lot of people on fixed incomes that own condominiums that can't keep up with the assessments, they can't keep up with the rising HOA and the rising cost of living. You see this property behind me, the Gateway at Wynwood. This is tailor-made for founders,
expensive.
tech companies, entrepreneurs, business owners to come here and work during this pandemic boom in 2021. Now what's happening is they're in foreclosure. The lender is foreclosing on a $102 million loan. And why is this? Well, companies are looking to cut costs and they are slashing office space. And now many of these employees are working from home. This work from home trend is now permanent, and this office market is getting destroyed alongside multifamily at the same exact time. You see this mega estate behind me? It's 7,500 square feet in a pristine pocket of Miami, an area where everyone wants to be. Very close walking distance to all the shops. They initially listed this property for $14,995,000 at the height of the market. They've done a series of price reductions and brought the price all the way down to $6.5 million. That's right, $8.5 million worth of price reductions, and they still can't unload this property. Why? It's because everything is for sale. Even the land next door is for sale in Miami. And home sellers are now panicking. How much do you think this house is listed for sale right now with the bars?
So if everybody wants to get out of Miami,
busy street, the answer:
where do you think they're going to go?
$1,195,000. A lot of sellers right now believe that it's 2022.
Just like another smaller city in Florida.
What we're starting to see is homes are sitting on the market 6 months, 9 months, a year, hoping that this housing market's going to turn around. The answer: it's not. If you were to put $239,000 down, which is 20% down on this purchase price, with the insurance rates where they are in this specific pocket of Miami, the monthly payment will be $8,400 every single month for 30 years.
Sounds kind of like Canadian real estate.
An apartment with all this inventory for $3,000, $3,500, a nice place. What would you do? What do you think home buyers are going to do?
Okay, I'm getting a little bored of all these.
It's going to be a huge buyer's market in the very, very near future. Home sellers know it, and home buyers are starting to realize this every single day. More and more and more buyers are getting more hesitant, and they're canceling contracts. That's why 56,000 contracts were canceled by home buyers in the month of June alone throughout the state of Florida. One block down from the house that was initially listed for $14.9 million, reduced to $6.5 million, are 1, 2, 3 projects all under construction that will likely come up for sale. And then in the front yard, you have 2 other skyscrapers that are going to be developed. And then behind that, you have another here, right to the right. That's all going to be under construction. And those units are starting for $850,000, or $800,000 rather. This is all under construction, still all under construction, all those units. And this is the building. Look at this.
You know, I'm glad that real estate is falling apart in all these major cities, because too many people just think real estate is a guarantee. It's just a sure thing to make money, and That's all you got to do. And it's like, no, there's so many other ways to make money. There's so many other ways to invest. There's so many other markets that exist in the world. Like real estate has got to come crashing down. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. Same thing is happening in all major cities. It's happening in Los Angeles. It's happening in Toronto. I'm sure it happened to New York, but it seems like New York is kind of back and active, and people were like fleeing New York during the pandemic, but it seems like people are moving back. I don't know. Let's see the rest of this.
This is the development site. 1 to 4 bedroom residences, starting from the 800K range. Here's another angle of this building, just how big.
Looks like shit.
This property.
I mean, it is under construction.
Directly next door, that property is under construction. You look straight down the street, this property just finished construction, all for lease now. Miami is one of the most beautiful places in all of America. It's conveniently located. You could fly to Europe quickly. You could go to New York City, quick 2-hour flight. You had no taxes, great food, beautiful people, great weather most of the year. You have everything. Everything is in Miami. I would argue it's probably the best spot in all of America to live. But the thing is it really worth buying a house here at these prices? The answer is probably not. Is it better to rent? Definitely. Are these developers and builders and investors who speculated on 10, 20, 30, 40% annual rent growth in trouble? Definitely. We're going to see a lot of consolidation of
I agree with him on that one. It's conveniently located. The weather's beautiful. You got an amazing beach, warm water, no waves, not like California. And there's obviously a lot of shit to do. And like he said, it's conveniently located. That's a big thing for me. So shout out to people who live in Miami. If you live in Miami, what do you think about this video? Is it hell, or is it just like the real estate, as a real estate investor, it's hell? That being said, that's it for today. My name is Minty Burns. It's the As the World Burns podcast. And we'll be back with another one tomorrow. Drop your opinion in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. That's it for today. I'm out of here. Peace.